So I have had the fortune of helping hundreds, if not thousands, of people purchase real estate. So I'm a real estate attorney and helping many families, investors, and people purchase real estate. I've seen and come across many types of transactions. Let's talk about new construction. It's a time of the year where families are looking to buy their dream homes. And for some people, that may be new construction. So what are the pros and cons of purchasing new construction? Let's talk about some things that you may not normally consider. So with new construction, one of the things that a lot of people may not consider is the fact that the home will settle. Meaning, when you purchase the home, after a period of time, you may soon discover, small fractures or small chips in the paint. And depending on the integrity of the property and how it was built, the home settling may cause a series of issues. And that transitions into one of a very, very important thing that some homeowners forget about when it's new construction is a property inspection. All properties require a property inspection. So if you're not familiar, when you're purchasing a property, you typically have the opportunity to have the home inspected by a property inspector. Do not be confused in thinking that because it's a new constructed property, that there is no reason for the inspection. There's plenty of reasons why your home needs to be inspected. What if it is not constructed properly? What if the plumbing is not done correctly? What if even some basic things like maybe the door hinges or the electrical sockets are not affixed or work properly? So everyone needs a property inspection, especially new construction, because you want to make sure that the work is done properly. Do not allow the home builder or the developer to sway you from that. Some of them will tell you, oh, don't worry. If you move into the property and you find out there's an issue, our team will fix it for you. Do not rely on that because you've already paid the money. There's no vested interest in them to necessarily repair or complete the property. What if the company goes bankrupt? And they're no longer around to fix the property, which also leads into what they're called limited warranties. So there are warranties that developers or construction companies can provide where they warranty their work. Now, here's the thing. They're very particular as to what they warranty. They're not going to warranty nail pops. They're not going to warranty, the paint chipping or anything along that lines because those things are natural and part of the settling process. Now, one thing that has been concerning me as of late is the fact that they're limiting the things that they warrant, meaning some of them, if they're really bad developers, are really not interested in creating quality product, that they wouldn't. I've seen one warranty that they don't even want to guarantee that the property is livable. What sense does that make? If I'm buying a property, at the bare minimum, the thing that you want to do is warrant the habitability of the home. But some developers, they don't care. They want to buy the cheapest products, cheapest materials, and put that thing up. The thing up is your home, right? So you want to make sure it's inspected. You don't want to rely on the developer promising to make repairs in the future. You don't necessarily want to rely on a warranty being provided by the developer. Another point worth mentioning is that sometimes these large companies, developers, builders of new construction, is they're offering financing, and sometimes those financing will have incentives. So these developers have their own mortgage companies where they'll provide financing. Don't be swayed by that. I want you to still research, do your due diligence, and make sure you're getting the best deal. Just because that developer has their own mortgage company and they're throwing in some perks and incentives doesn't mean it's necessarily the best fit for you. Speaking of a mortgage, one of the things a lot of people end up paying through their mortgage are property taxes. And regardless if you buy the property cash or not, you're always going to have to pay property taxes. So this just put a big asterisk in your head. that the property taxes that are being paid on that property today are not necessarily going to be the same as to what would be owed in the future. Because the property will be reappraised, meaning as that property values increase, your property taxes will increase as well. So for instance, let's say you first get that property and the estimate of the property taxes is maybe $300 a month. But let's say it goes up to $500 a month. That can cause for you to have a deficiency in your escrow. So your escrow is what is used to pay your property taxes and in home insurance, and that's wrapped in with your monthly mortgage payment. But if your property taxes go up, you need to pay more money, right? So that may require you, and sometimes, to not only pay the property taxes, monthly, but there might be a deficiency in your escrow where you're a mortgage company, your escrow company is requiring $3,000 or $5,000 up front because your property taxes went down. So that's another thing you need to be aware of when it comes to new construction. The property was valued at one point when you purchased it, but when the property, the county reassesses and determines that the property is worth more, that means more in property taxes. I don't mean to be completely negative against new construction. It's a wonderful opportunity to choose your own fixtures and to create a home that's right for you and your family. But these are the things that you need to be aware of. You want to make sure you have that home inspection. You want to understand what exactly the developer is promising in terms of their warranty. You want to understand that you can still use your own finance company and shop around for the best deals. And also understand that your property taxes may increase, which increases your monthly expenses. So I just want people to fully understand, don't just fall in love with the model of the home and the fixtures, but fully appreciate what you're getting into so you can be a knowledgeable consumer. So again, my name is Dionna Reynolds, real estate attorney for, at this point, over 15 years. Love working with families. Share this video with someone who might be interested in purchasing new construction so they can appreciate, what comes into purchasing. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.